Hey guys, I had a customer drop off a 12 Pro Max, just flashes. So we're going to change the full screen on this 12 Pro Max. As always, remove the bottom two screws. That is our waterproof seal on our new screen. And then once we do that, we enter with a razor blade and alcohol like always. And just go along the edges, heating it, and more alcohol. Now, because this one's already really broken, you don't have to be super crazy careful taking it out because the OLED is busted completely. Just be careful at the top that you don't rip the flex cable, because on the 12 series, that still is tied to facial recognition. Remove the clips. There's two of them. There's 3 screws in the bottom holding in the battery, actually 4 screws holding in the battery and screen clip, and then 4 at the top. And they're just 2 metal brackets that you would remove. Disconnect your battery before you do anything as far as disconnecting. Then you want to take the ear speaker, remove it, and transfer that over to your new display. This customer chose a pretty inexpensive display. He knows the benefits of OEM, but still chose the cheaper option. Some people still do that. We have a screen for every budget. The screen he chose is not the greatest quality, but they work. They're not going to be quite as good as an OLED screen, but they still work and they're pretty affordable. And I think it's just something he's going to be trading in very soon, so he chose the cheaper option on the display. We got that all moved over, and the waterproof seal is next. We have to clean up the frame. So what we do is use a spinning tool, and we remove all the old glue. So every bit of it is going to be gone, and then we kind of wipe it with some acetone around the edges, and then we put on the waterproof seal, and we push it around the edges to make sure it gets in every groove and crevice, and pull the backing off of it, and make sure it seals around the edge there. It's very important to put this back. If you don't put this back, you're inviting dust and liquid into the phone very, very easily, which is, it's not a good repair, especially if you're doing this as a profession. I know multiple repair shops that don't put these back on. Man, it's just crazy. To me, it's kind of ridiculous. It adds about 4 minutes to your repair. So even if you had 5 or 6 screens in that day, it might add 15 or 20 minutes to your entire day. But it ensures a good tight seal. We always clamp them for a minute afterwards as well. We reconnect the new display, and we've already tacked over the ear speaker / prox flex. We put back the 2 plates, one covering the battery and the screen, and the other one covering the top part, which covers a lot of the small parts as well as the front flex cable. And once that's in there, we've already got the waterproof seal. We've removed the backing. I use a little bit of compressed air to blow out dust at the top or anywhere that's in the phone, in case for whatever reason some dust did get in from it being broken or from another shop that just didn't put back the seal and invited a ton of dust in. Once that's back in, we make sure that we have the top flush, and we kind of just push down the sides and make sure the seal is good, and put the bottom 2 screws back in always, obviously. But we start at the top, always make sure it's secure, and then make sure the bottom kind of fits in there and down the sides. And everything is sealed up here. And we do a quick test on this to make sure the screen is good. It is an aftermarket display, so higher probability of warranty or that it doesn't work properly. So we always fully test these to make sure, the touch is good and everything. The LCD is good. So once these screws are in, we'll boot this up, test the LCD, test the touch, make sure it's not double tapping or anything like that. And this customer also dropped off an iPhone X charging port that we'll be doing after this. Probably won't have time to make a video on that, but same customer dropped off both And looks good. The LCD looks good, so we will test the touch, make sure it's good, and then give this to the customer. They're waiting here in the shop while we fix it. Touch looks good. Not double tapping, white, looks good.